does the position of Sheffield City Region Mayor mean to you?
Not much, actually. It's got no support from the local councils, and there isn't much support from the national government either. It's being imposed. And in the English Democrats, we're opposed to the regionalisation of England. We believe that devolution has been unfairly imposed on England. Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland have had national parliaments granted. And England has never been asked if they want that. And we believe that this is just an imposition of an EU region that includes parts of England outside Yorkshire as well. So it's totally unfair, and we think that the imposition of an EU region when South Yorkshire and Yorkshire in particular, and in fact England as a whole, voted out of the EU is totally anti-democratic.
Transport is one area we know that the mayor is going to have some influence over. How are you going to make South Yorkshire more connected?
Well, the powers that the South Yorkshire Mayor has are not at all. He basically has a seat at the Sheffield City Region office. The essential strength of the position is that it's got a budget for publicity, and it's a good talking position to lobby for, in our case, what we believe is a fair devolutionary settlement for England, and that's what we think is the best thing for the people of South Yorkshire.
How are you going to make sure that there are opportunities for young people across South Yorkshire as mayor?
Well, as I said before, you can only use a position as a talking point, and we believe that, for example, in Scotland, each citizen gets £1,600 per year extra than every English citizen. And the Scottish, Welsh and Northern Irish Parliament, if you like, have too much power in Westminster to extract English taxpayers' money without there being a veto from such a body as an English Parliament. And regionalisation will not improve that. And in fact, David Blunkett said this weekend in the Yorkshire Post that the imposition of a Sheffield City region, or a South Yorkshire region, if you like, is an incremental step towards a full Yorkshire region, an EU region, which, as I've said before, includes also parts of Lincolnshire, and it's totally unworkable.
When elected, the mayor is going to be limited in what he or she can influence. What more powers do you want from the government, and how are you going to go about getting them?
Well, I would use a position to lobby for an English Parliament. The best way that South Yorkshire people will be served is by a national body that can express a national will, and it can. I would argue particularly for the removal of the Barnett formula, and that is the formula that unfairly grants money to the other home countries at the expense of English taxpayers.
And finally, how do you see the future of devolution in South Yorkshire given the prospect of this One Yorkshire deal?
Well, it's very much in question. It's the devolutionary settlements are all the other candidates that are standing, and all the other parties are all regionalists. We, and I in particular, are the only one who would argue against it. The regionalisation of England is totally undemocratic. We've not been asked; it's been imposed on us, and I would urge every loyal Englishman to vote for us to ensure that we can stop that occurring.
Okay, David, Alan, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.